Sir. A very good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for joining us for this special knowledge session organized by Knowledge and Awareness Mapping Platform. I, Arika Mathur, convener of CAMP, will moderate this session today. Today we have with us Dr. Avad Dubey, MS Ophthalmology, GSVM Medical College, Kanpur. I welcome you, sir. Today we have with us Professor B.B. Dhar, Chairman CAMP Planning and Monitoring Committee. We have with us Dr. Mohammad Rais, Chief Scientist, CSIR NISPER. We have with us Dr. Kasturi Mandal, Principal Scientist, CSIR NISPER. We have with us Mr. Ashish Mittal, Member CAMP Planning and Monitoring Committee. I bid you all a very warm welcome. We are indeed very honored to have you here with us. Knowledge and Awareness Mapping Platform is an initiative and knowledge alliance of CSIR NISPER, that is National Institute of Science, Communication and Policy Research, which was launched in year 2019 by Professor K. Raghavan, the Chief Scientific Advisor to Government of India, and Dr. Shekhar C. Mande, his PG CSIR. The main objective of CAMP is to map the science process skills and scientific attitudes of young students based on their assessment and nurture them as future scientists of the country. It believes every student is blessed with a core talent and aims to bring out the best in them this platform. It aims to inculcate critical thinking ability and fill in the gap that will be identified through the knowledge assessment level. CAMP was able to identify and recognize 20 national toppers, 280 state toppers, and 1,005 district toppers from different parts of India in year 2019 and year 2020. CAMP is very proud to be hosting this first knowledge sharing session of this year 2022 and announces the beginning of the registrations of CAMP NASA 2022 online through our website camp.res.in. Without a further delay, I would like to invite Dr. Kasturi Mandal, who's the Principal Scientist, CSIR NISPER, to share with us the vision of CSIR NISPER about the camp. She is the member of CAMP Planning and Monitoring Committee. She's the guiding stone of CAMP and has been associated with the project from its beginning. Ma'am, over to you, and I welcome you to this knowledge session.
Thank you, Arika. I also, on behalf of CSIR NISPER, greetings to all who are attending this very important workshop. So from CSIR NISPER is a newly formed 1 year, 4 months old institute, which was formed as a merger of two big institutes, CSIR NISTADS and CSIR NISCARE. So we were part of erstwhile CSIR NISTADS when we formed this Knowledge Alliance. And NISTADS was a lab. We were into science, technology, and innovation policy research. And from our experience of skill development, working in human resource development issues, we felt that it was very necessary to map out the unique city in each and every child. The other exams which were there beforehand and are already there, they are very domain specific, subject specific. So we thought that each and every child is unique and that should be mapped out, which can at large serve the country also. So with that concept in mind, we tried to identify a partner, and we are quite happy to have NIASA on board with us, and they have been actively taking it forward, and we look forward towards a greater cooperation ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable thoughts and insights. I believe CAMP will definitely grow, and we will be doing a very wonderful job in the coming year. So we have our lovely audience with us. So I now further invite Dr. Avad Dubey, MS Ophthalmology, GSV Medical College, Kanpur. His journey of over 4 decades of the service to humanity is a true example of medical, social entrepreneurship and service. He's the founder chairman of RK Devi Eye and Healthcare Services and the founder of TEAG, the Young Achievers Group for the Development of the Youth. His motivational talks release stress and instill zeal, new dreams, and focus goal. His work ideology to reach the unreached operated 32,771 poor eye patients, examined 3,02,491 patients, and has put over 1,000 camps till March 2022. He has been awarded with several national, international awards and accolades. So I welcome you, sir, to this gathering, and over to you, sir, for this knowledge session.
Welcome, Dr. Dubey.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I didn't know because you stopped speaking, so I thought something more is to come.
No, it's very clear.
Okay, thank you so much. It indeed has been, I feel, a great privilege and also an opportunity to talk to the young stars, the rising stars of our country, because the time is changing and so much has happened during last 2.5 years due to COVID first and now due to the Russian and Ukrainian war with the shadow like of a third world war in some or the other way. So it's our moral responsibility wherever we are, whatever we are doing, but we must remain focused on what are our dreams and what are our goals. So I am very thankful to Professor Dhar, Mr. Ashish Mittal, Shakha, and all their team who were involved in making this program. Talking through these type of medium is definitely big blessings. But until less, because I am an ophthalmologist and I've been working in the very, very small structure, which is the eye. So it's always a direct connect with the audience that gives the message a flow, that the message has to reach to the receiver. So, but in spite of that, we'll do our best efforts. So dear young friends, I may not be able to see all of your faces, but I can really understand that you are here to gain something. You are a student, you are a learner, and you have a lot of role to play in your life. I myself being a dreamer since my childhood, but I had only one dream, to become a doctor at a very young age. And I had no plan B. So my entire focus was to be able to become a doctor. So dear young friends, you all must be dreamers. You must all be having something in your heart, something in your mind, some desires, some efforts which you want to make to proceed further in the life and to reach to your desired destination. So dear friends, this about half an hour, whatever is with me, I'll try to share in a very brief way some of the important aspects of human behavioral pattern. On one side, how to make efforts and how to sustain, and then how to succeed, and then continue on your path of journey. I don't know how much of you are dreamers, but I believe that all of you have some dream inside. But dear friends, dream is like a growing child. Once it is planted in us, we have to be very, very cautious, very alert, because the dream, though it is our own dream, but sometimes the dream, once it takes shape, then the dream wants to run further, but the dreamer wants to take rest because he feels or she feels that I have achieved the goal. But dear friends, life is a journey and it has to be enjoyed in that sense. So we'll start with some of my presentational slides, and in the end, we would have some question and answer. So right now in front of you, there is a slide which says, catch your dreams, celebrate life, and begin with end in mind. So in the beginning of the journey of half an hour, I must remind you that you must focus whatever goals, whatever dreams you have got. Think and visualize like these two youngsters are visualizing themselves having achieved what they wanted to. So similarly, you must think the end in the mind, and then the whole process will unfold in many ways to you. So let us start a small journey with this. And this is what I thought, that I was told that the students would be ranging from class 9 to class 12. So right now, I don't know how much are from 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th, but considering that it's a mixed representation, so these 4 years are like the 4 pillars of your system, of your success also. If you are building something, then the 4 pillars, the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So gradually your own dreams start taking shape once you reach from 9th to 10th, 11th, and 12th. And what happens once we reach 12th, then the most important part in this process of journey and in process of trying to attain whatever we want is to remember the power of now, the present moment. It's said that whatever in past has happened, future has not come, and you have to totally focus on the present moment. Because until unless you don't put up your efforts on the present moments, then you might be wondering on one or on the other side, and then it will not be very easy for you to pursue your required goal. And to pursue your required goal, what is more important is that you must come out from your comfort zones. You know, it's very simple to understand that suppose there is a ship, and if it is in the harbor, or there is an aeroplane which is on the ground, so it won't be able to perform whatever it is required to do. Similarly, if you have to attain anything in life, always remember that comfort zone comes in between you and your success. Suppose it's a winter night, an early morning, and you have to study, but because of the cold weather, you feel like sleeping more. Even the alarm clock also doesn't work for you. So, but then you have to transcend that part. You have to really cross over your comfort zone. And once you move out from your comfort zone, then you would feel that the whole world is waiting for you for your performance. And also you have to remember that sometimes what happens that if we attain one part of the game, then we try to take rest. And then that also, in spite of you being successful, that also is sort of a comfort zone. But you have to have a proportion, how time you should give to this period, and again you start afresh, another goal, another dream, and another desire. So, like India has been an ancient country where we always had, in some form of the others, elders to teach us, to guide us. Like said, that mother is our first guru. Then also we learn in our own atmosphere, surroundings, in our society, and that's how we grow. So I'm just giving you 3 words. If you want, you can write them. That my spiritual master always used to tell me this thing, that you always remain open, alert, and focused. Open, that what you have to do. Alert, that while deciding something or some material or some time which is going to disturb your routine of studies, so then you should try to eliminate that. And then whatever time, whatever course material, whatever study material, whatever way something is there, and then which you have analyzed that they are good for you, then you should remain focused. And also sometimes the practice, the focus becomes sort of an autofocus, where according to your efforts, this will keep on managing some sort of a in between areas. But then if you remain open, alert, and focused, so those, in that way you can be able to differentiate between the positively energy of the good time spent or not. Now, what is more important is this, that if we have to recharge ourselves, like we have moved out from our comfort zone, we have become open, alert, and focused, then how should we recharge ourselves? How should we continue that journey every day, every minute, every hour? So, through a lot of my experience as a doctor and as a human being, I found that if we had the synergy between the constant discipline, consistent discipline, and the time management. So if we are smart enough to blend these two and make our every routine fixed, so that is the key, where that type of process will take you further on the path of journey to reach to your destination. And another point which is important is this, that while we were discussing the power of now, what happens that the concentration part, sometimes we think, we find that that is missing. Whatever we study, whatever we read, if we don't revise, if we don't retain, and if we are not able to reproduce, then how can we win the race? So all this process is so important. And at the same time, what is more important is this, your ability to remain focused on the present moment. I tell you, dear friends, this can only be, if I am asked, this is only one part, if you are able to master, that how much you can concentrate, how much you can be away from distraction in your life. And while studies, if your focus remains, if you remain alert, and if you are able to maintain whatever studies you have done, then those studies would result into the success in your desired goal. And for all this, since time immemorial, what is more important for we to understand? And that point is this, that while we are awake, we have a lot of distractions in many ways. At the same time, if we are sleeping, then most of the distractions are not there because sleeping is the process. Maybe sometimes some dreams or something. But what happens once we start sitting for the studies, then the mind is like a monster. Now you have to fight the mind. You have to train the mind. You have to tune the mind. You have to put certain conditions on your mind that you become the master. And once you become the master of the mind, the practice should be that suppose you find a distraction after 15 minutes of your study. So what you can do, that you can study for 15 minutes, give a break. Gradually you make practice habit to increase that time. So that, and don't pressurize yourself. Suppose if you feel that you are not finding proper inputs to be retained, then you can take a break. And then what is more important? What is more important is that at that particular time, it should be your understanding of the whole thing. It's more important that how many hours you read is one thing, but how many hours of retaining the material which you read is there. So try to have a good balance between these two, and slowly, even in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, when Arjun was asked by Lord Krishna to focus his attention on the present, he says that the mind is so notorious, and I am not like the fastly running horses. I cannot find to control this. What should I do? Then what was written there, it's nothing of any religion, but it's a wonderful point for students to understand. He says that you practice. If you continue practicing, then gradually the time limits would be increasing. My dear friends, I have focused much on this part because this is important. And now, what other things I was thinking to share with you, that every student has his own or her own style of studies. They use certain tools through which they study. And what I found that there are few tools which could be known to us, but at the same time, we are not very focused on those. And I must share with you 3 important tools. One is this, though it looks a very, very simple thing, nothing new type of thing, that why I'm putting the timetable part. Everybody knows. So everybody knows everything, but how many of us are practicing that? So what is important for you, dear friend, if you are able to make a good timetable, then gradually, once you reach to the top of the success, the timetable would become your time management. And through your time management, all types of desires, goals, successes would be at your feet. So dear friends, don't take this as a very easy thing or not important thing. All of us here, Professor Dhar or whatever, everybody who has reached beyond a certain heights, they must have had this in mind, that the time was very properly organized. And also the second part, how can you compartmentalize? Now this is very important. Whatever your material of study is there, then whatever is more important, more difficult, there are less difficult and then there are easier parts. So we need not go into detail because they are, each of these points which I'm taking is actually part of a one seminar or one questionnaire or something like that. But making the timetable proper, following it, and always, I would keep on reminding you, always begin with end in the mind. Once you get up in the morning, must have the plans for the day. And while you're going to sleep, you should just revise whatever I tried today, whatever I put into account, whether I am able to succeed in that or not. Third part is this, which looks to be not very specific, which is known as group study. I must tell you one thing, that suppose you are in grade 9, then do you know how many lakhs of students throughout India are in class 9? We don't know. So you take your own class of 9, 10th, 11th or 12th. Then if you find some sort of a harmony amongst a few students, and then for certain part of the study, if you try to be in sort of a group study level, then it's multiplied many times. It should be a healthy competition. So it should be a collective study. So collective study with healthy competition. And it should be like win-win situation in that. Whatever we need in life, if the entire school, in the entire country, if students all over the walks of the life in different parts of, if they keep on this formula, then they will definitely be rising above whatever is needed. One thing I'm going to share with you, if you just see this slide, this is a sort of a point which is very close to my heart. While I'm taking physical classes, then I take almost 5 minutes. You must be that there are one student here who is just thinking on the ladder, what should be done? There is in the process, he was so disbalanced, he was so disorganized that he couldn't proceed further. Third one, though he has reached the destination, but the question mark. So I usually, when I am part of the students who are sitting in front of me, then we just discuss what could be these 3 questions. And then what is the 4th part where a student or a person has achieved the goal. So in the first one, he started climbing, but at the same time, he had no fixed ideas. So once he had no fixed ideas, then he was wondering, what should I do? Should I have come with this ladder or not? And that's how the time is lost. And the second one was not organized, properly utilizing his time. It was a balance of the time management, and there was no synergy, discipline or time management. So that's how he couldn't climb further. And the third one, who all those ingredients, he is successful to the top, but there is a question mark in whatever he has achieved. So now I will tell you that on the other side, there is a person, and he climbs and he reaches to the destination. So between these two, what is the difference? It's like, the ladder is there, but the third person who is successful in reaching to the top, but he had put his ladder on the wrong wall. He was not supposed to go in that direction in his life because he had not about this. He started mechanically moving forward and forward, upward. And once reaching, that was not the place for him to go. At the same time, who knew his destination, who knew his goals properly, who made proper efforts, and that's how he succeeded in life. There's a small story that one young person was sitting on the area where there are 4 lanes to go. And one of the person from the local area, for one, where does this road go? So the person who was asked this question, he inquired from the fellow question that what is your destination? Where do you want to go? He said, I don't know that. So fellow replied, if you don't know about a destination, it doesn't make a difference. You take any side, any road, and so most really confused. So before taking your 11th class, you must focus to attain in your life which side of the story you. So this is very important. And what I want is that you should try to understand you are yourself, because nobody can replace you. Whether it's whether I am a doctor, I am a surgeon, so nobody can operate on, because these are my own fingers. These are my own technology that I'm on a patient. So I want to make you understand. There is that dreamer is there. There is a person inside who wants from the comfort zone and who wants to achieve what. So you are the key for your own progress. Nobody give you the key. So you are the key yourself, and the time is now. This is, and when you have to really proceed further, without this, all the started their journey as a small person, a small venture, and that's how they have proceeded further. So don't think that if you things to offer or much things, you will still be successful. And I thank the organizer, especially Professor Dhar and his team, who was trying all very hard and coordinating with my team to work. Sir, I'm really impressed by knowledge and awareness. I wish you could take me in as your the learner inside me alive. And I'm sure they will be each other. And in the end, so important for all the that we started begin with end in mind. Now, in the mind, who in this world, any success you, any stream, but all has gratitude. When your thankfulness of giving back, happiness in anything in this world, the ultimate should be like what I'm is a slide where the students, the small children, like some butter in between. Now it's okay. Children are looking as if they are taking a selfie, but that part is overshadowed by some line. But that's the chappal of boy. So they mobile or the photograph. So they are how happy they are. So what is more important? Play खुशियां and even feel young and the faces of the youth. I don't know if you, but if you just realize, my dear young friends, the organizers, I am best. I wish we can visit them and interact more with the youth because the youth, anybody, so if you have, we
Your sound is not clear.
sorry.
Your sound was not clear. Audio part was little disturbed.
I think whenever you were talking, the same was on this side. I don't know what is it.
Now it's okay. Now it's okay, I think.
That's, I don't know whatever is the reason.
No, it's okay. Dr. Dubey, it's okay. It's okay now.
So, but maybe it's a bit, someday we can meet physically and the students in front. So all these, sometimes they are friends, sometimes they are not really so good friends. So you are, if I am audible now, it's still. And if there are any questions, then I would be more,
Good.
or you can send me in writing and I can send them in my response. I have been conducting these work or these programs as pet of my life. Professor Dar, this is passion. This is my
Yeah.
path. This is what way of remembering my parents because they did. My parents started a school in village with the own or the needy students. My philanthropic lady, she used to serve the people. Then we came to know after she left the world. Then they came and they told the stories. I can see smiling faces of the students. I am not sure which part of the country they are from, but my love. So some of them have raised their hands. So maybe Vishakha madam can coordinate with this part.
Arika. Arika, madam, I think you can take over now. Just before Arika, you open the platform for questions to Dr. Dubey. I would like to say, Dr. Dubey, I was highly, I had no intention of attending this because I was at some other program. But then I thought that doctor speaking on this to the students, there must be something fishy. So I must attend to it. And that is the reason I attended it. And while attending, I concentrated only on your last 3 slides. Particularly two, that ladder one and that group where that boy has for taking a selfie by a chappal. Very good. I told my grandson, who is appearing in 10th, I told him there's an excellent thing. Would you like to join and listen to it? But he was little lousy on that. He said, "You tell me the important points later." And so that was interesting. You tell me the important points later. And now I'm going to see because I have an exam going on. I said, okay. And without your permission, I took the video of these last 2 slides.
No, that's fine. And I mean, they are my own ways of preparing. I have not copied from somewhere. But I really appreciate you asking your grandson to do it. And sometimes my grandchildren, one of them is in 3rd year of medical studies and another is last 12th. Neat. Sometimes I ask them that what is the psyche of your age? So then they give me some inputs, deliver on those points. So this is what is there. And sometimes I don't know whether really I am audible at this time or not, but maybe one day we can have some.
Yeah, sure. Arika, please take up the few questions from the audience.
I do have received some questions on chat from the students here. So before that, thank you so much, Dr. Dubey, for motivating our students here and sharing the important values of life. So it was really interesting, and most of our students took part in it, and they were asking certain questions. So I have jotted down some questions which were repeatedly, been asked by the students. सो उनमें से एक का कहना है पढ़ाई करते समय में होने वाले इंटरप्शंस जो होते हैं उनसे कैसे बचें सर?
क्या फिर से बताओ?
पढ़ाई के समय होने वाले इंटरप्शंस उनसे कैसे बचा जाए?
अच्छा, ओके कंसंट्रेशन.
Okay. So that I have covered, but basic point is this, that whenever the distractions are coming, then we have to focus on our goal at that time. And we should remind ourselves these distractions are not going to come in my way for my journey towards the success. So, and also sometimes the distractions come and you can treat them as, sometimes visitors come to your home and then you are asked by parents to give some tea or some coffee and they stay for some time and then they go away. Similarly, these distractions, by practice and handling them and not giving them much focus, not really disturbed by them, gradually with practice, every day you would improve. So it's a slow process, but it's a very solid process. That once if you try to focus on a distraction, try to analyze, and then not of any use, then you can throw away that. So slowly you will improve, and meditation will help you in that. It's not a religious thing. It's the process to shutting down our outer world and the inner world where there are no distractions if there are thoughts coming. And thoughts also are to be welcome for a few seconds and you will find that those thoughts are going. So one thought and another thought, there is a space and that space is the key to success. So if you are able to develop and improve the space more and more, be able to solve the problem of the distractions.
There are many questions which are coming in the chat box. So one want to ask that how to get rid of the mobile addiction, please guide us.
Sorry, please repeat it.
How to get rid of the mobile addiction, since mobile has become one of the most important technology, of course, in our education sector also, since we are also one of the main user of it. So how to get rid of mobile addiction?
I think one of the ways which could be a very unique way that once we put our status, some slide about our photograph or something, instead of that, once we open, the opening part should remind of our dreams to whatever we want to become. Immediately, once you open, maybe the screensaver or something, whatever you put, that should be the image of what you want to be, like an engineer or scientist or chartered accountant or whatever. If you will visualize, so that will remind you that to waste this time. The other points are this, that always remember small obstacles are not of much importance. Honesty.
So your voice is breaking, sir. I believe there was some technical glitch. We must have the connection is lost. We have
ये time limit तो नहीं था इसके ऊपर?
no, sir. His connection is lost. So maybe that's the reason we could not hear him. But indeed, all the valuable thoughts and suggestions given by Dr. Dubey will be very useful for our young achievers. I believe that. And I have been still receiving lots and lots of questions on my chat box. So don't worry, my dear friends, I'm taking note of all the questions and I will put them forward to Dr. Dubey for you. And I will put the put his reactions and answers on your login panels or on our Facebook website. So you will definitely get your answers. I am taking note of all your questions. So moving forward, sir, I would like to really invite you on this platform to give a brief 2 minutes. If you will address our students, you will talk to them, they'll be really motivated. They are very, very motivated as it is. They are very excited. They are pouring in with questions on my chat box. So I invite Professor B.B. Dhar, Chairman, Camp Planning and Monitoring Committee, to address our lovely audience here for 2 minutes, sir.
Well, thank you, Arika. First of all, I don't know, number seems to be more than 250 or 300, or maybe even more. This is my first gathering on video on this kind of platform where there's so many of them. So whether they will hear me or not, I do not know. Well, I must tell you, young boys, I have practical experience because my son, one son has graduated last 2 years back in 12th, and one is now in 10th. He's just preparing. So I know what he goes through every day. And you tell him you join these type of classes. He said the other day he was saying very nicely. He said, "Now how do you know I will enjoy it?" And now there was a guarantee of that. Well, this is a well-known FITGI, for example, is a well-known scheme of teaching. But then he said, "Well, yeah, if I go to the classes, I will not be knowing any one of them. So how will I talk to them? What will I do?" All these things they will always disturb you, but you have to fight it out. You cannot do it. I think those last two slides, keep that in mind. I think, Arika, at least today by the end, you put that last CD wala or jo last wala hai, last, but those two slides, you put them concluding thing for all the people till the time you get the reply from them. I found that's very focused. CD wala to bahut hi acha. I will use it and quote it often. It's very interesting to see, and this is what our young boys go through. And as far as Arika said, somebody wanted to how to get rid of Mobile, you cannot get rid of mobile. You just cannot. Don't even attempt it. It is better to keep your mobile by your side. You know that it is there, rather than you will keep on jumping every time. Usme message to nahi aaya kuch. See, I have my two mobiles just sitting here right in front of her. In between, I also got a call, as an important call from Bangalore. So I had to take it and I had to reply them yes and no. So don't worry about this thing. As you grow, your level of confidence will come up. उम्र के साथ ही थोड़ा सा तकाजा आता है कि क्या करना चाहिए. और देन आजकल के पेरेंट्स जितने हैं वो बड़े होशियार हैं और लड़के उनसे भी होशियार हैं. So in fact, the interaction with your mother in the evening at dinner time, you should always enjoy that and share what you want to share. I have seen it. This is very effective, and you should not worry about exams. Modi ji bhi keh rahe the, he also speaks to students of these happening exams, especially on this exam day. Don't worry about exams. It's a एक वहम होता है और ये वहम ठीक नहीं आता. ये सब में होता है, हमारे में भी था, आप में भी और रहेगा. You can't get rid of it. Live with it. All you can. You see, Dr. Dubey told you how to live with it. And that was a great saying. And ophthalmologist, mind it, and doctor, eye doctor, speaking to the young children on these general formulas. So you can be assured that whatever you have learned or whatever you continue to learn through Arika's camp platform, I'm confident you will enjoy it and you will learn more and more. Had this not interested, so many students would not have joined. आजकल के बच्चे बड़े होशियार होते हैं. You see, my grandson, of course, he was not a party to it, but he said, आप जो को ठीक लगेगा तो मुझे बाद में समझा दीजिए. So, you know, that shows the keenness of you all young guys. So don't worry. I think Arika will keep on feeding you. Arika is a very smart executive we have in this system, and pillar, one of the pillars. I am confident when we have people like Dr. Dubey in the years to come, in the days to come, Arika, we should have such platform more often.
Yeah.
Depends upon, more often, at least once in a month or so, because I find our young minds are very, very keen to learn. हम लोगों के जमाने में बस पढ़ाई अगर होती क्लास की ही काफी था, और लर्न करने की जरूरत ही नहीं. सड़क पे जितना लर्न किया बाकी तो आजकल के ये ना, because of the COVID and all these things, confinement has increased. I think I have nothing more to add. All I can advise the young people, be prepared to face the life. आपको सब कुछ किसी बन के आएगा नहीं सामने. एंड हिंदुस्तान में कंपटीशन बहुत है. जैसे डॉक्टर ने कहा, डू यू नो हाउ मेनी स्टूडेंट्स अपीयर इन योर क्लास इन द होल कंट्री? मिलियंस एंड लैक्स. अभी यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी एडमिशन, नाउ अ कॉमन एग्जामिनेशन सिस्टम इज बीइंग इंट्रोड्यूस्ड, हैज बीन इंट्रोड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम दिस ईयर. सो यू हैव कंपटीशन एट ऑल लेवल. सो डोंट वरी, इमीडिएट एंड यू विल डू इट. You will recover from all the laziness that you have, and trust yourself. That's important. That's my last word. Trust yourself, not anybody else. Be confident, trust yourself. Thank you, Arika.
Thank you so much, sir. Words coming from you, your experience has always been, we always admire your words, sir. It comes from a very long experience, and I hope that आपका आशीर्वाद सर हमारे ऊपर हमेशा ऐसे ही बना रहे. आप हमेशा ऐसे ही हमें गाइड करते रहें. सो हम कैंप को लेके जरूर आगे बढ़ेंगे. हमारे बच्चे आपको सुन के बहुत बहुत खुश हुए. इनफैक्ट कुछ लोगों ने आपके लिए बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस भी शेयर करे हैं सर. मैं आफ्टर मीटिंग आई विल, बिकॉज वी आर रनिंग शॉर्ट ऑफ टाइम, तो मैं आपके लिए भी सर कुछ क्वेश्चंस आपसे शेयर करूंगी. कुछ बच्चे हमारे आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं, तो वो आपसे सवाल पूछेंगे सर.
Finally, I could open it on my cell phone. So I was listening to Professor Dheer in a very nice way. And sessions where the guests are invited due to their experiences in the life and remaining focused on their goals still, the child in themselves, the learner in themselves, if it remains always alert. So those type of sessions could be real motivator.
Absolutely, absolutely, Dr. Dubey. And thank you, sir. आप थे नहीं उस time पे, there was some technical issue, so I couldn't thank on behalf of Knowledge and Awareness Mapping Platform and my entire team, my lovely audience here who have joined us. Thank you so much for your motivational thoughts and sharing that beautiful presentation. I would definitely take some presentation slides as suggested by Professor Dhar, and we are going to definitely put it on our on our Facebook and our social media pages.
Sure.
So
Thank you so much. And we'll be in touch, and in whatever way we can contribute to the growth of the rising stars of this country. Maybe the purpose of our coming to this world should be fulfilled in that way.
absolutely. I now request Vishakha to please continue with the vote of thanks and conclude the meeting.
Good evening, everyone. I, Vishakha, coordinator camp on behalf of camp team, is thankful to all the students, parents, teachers for being a part of this session. I thank Dr. Awadh Dubey, Dr. Kasturi Mandal, and Professor B.B. Dhar for taking out time to be a part of this wonderful session. On this note, we will end the session, and we all meet soon with another exciting session of camp. Till then, take care and be safe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Vishakha.
you for giving me this opportunity to be with the youth of this country. And hopefully we'll meet again and again. And maybe not always as a speaker, but maybe sometimes as a listener also. So any programs which you conduct, you can send me the link and I could be joining just to know what's going on in this.
It will be an absolute honor, sir.
Okay.
We should create a category of honorary members to the camp.
Absolutely, sir. We'll do
And
that.
I think Dr. Dubey would be an example.
Thank you so much, sir. And
Think
we'll
over.
have time sometimes to meet and share the life together. And maybe once Ashish told me about you, I became very much interested about your work, your life, and your passions, and your dreams also.
No, I never had them. Never had them. Whatever came my life, it came my life. Even today, what has come is comes. Meeting you all also just came by the way. Like
that's the best way to be in a way modest about somebody's achievements, but definitely rising to the level which you have been. So that's a good example for many to follow. So thank you very much, sir, for that. And I'm sorry about the communication problem. I don't know what is the reason, but anyway.
हो जाता है, it doesn't matter.
Before we conclude, there's a small announcement for all of our young achievers here. We want to announce that registrations for Camp NASTA 2022 are now open. You can register yourself, or if you have already registered for camp, then you can log in through our website, www.camp.res.in, and you can log in and you can register for NASTA 2022. This year, NASTA 2022 brings in not only the opportunity to be a part of the National Assessment Program, but also it is giving an opportunity to become a part of these knowledge awareness sessions, some workshops. There are a lot of planned workshops for the entire year which is coming your way. So camp this time 2022 is going to bring in a bundled solution for you to achieve success in life. So be a part of camp, log into your portals, or if you have not you have not registered yourself, then you can go and you register yourself. And you can also like and follow our Facebook and YouTube channel for regular updates. There are a lot of updates which are coming on the way from our social media pages. So please be in touch with the camp social media pages. Do not forget to like, subscribe and follow those pages. And also, I would like to inform you that in your login panel, the entire meeting, the entire session recording will be available for the future reference. If by any chance you or your friend must have missed this session, then this session will be available on our Facebook live page and your Facebook login for future reference. Also, we are sharing some initiatives by CSIR, NISPER like Swastik. We are sharing the knowledge resources on your login panels. So do not forget to log in and view your learning resources. Listen to the podcast, listen to the channels which are there. They are very, very useful for your future reference. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sir.